right, welcome to KSAT News Now. We are broadcasting live here from the KSAT newsroom, and I'm Stephen Cavazos, and we have a lot of news to get to. It's been a busy morning in our newsroom, so we're going to go ahead and start first with Army officials are launching an investigation into the death of a Fort Hood soldier who complained about sexual harassment. Private Ana Basaldua Ruiz died this week, according to a statement by the 1st Cavalry Division. She was a combat engineer and served for 15 months. Now, her cause of death is still not released, but Army officials are in continued contact with the family. Her family did tell ABC News they spoke to her every day and told them of her sexual harassment at her workplace in Killeen. Her death comes almost 3 years after the murder of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen, also stationed at Fort Hood. Back here at home, we know that 6 out of the 7 people who were injured during yesterday's issue at the zoo have been released from the hospital, but zoo officials are actually working to find out what caused that large tree to unexpectedly break and fall on guests yesterday afternoon. Here's some of that video from an eyewitness. 7 of those guests, again, were injured, with 1 in critical condition. This happened just after noon, and you see in that video that was posted on social media, show the chaos that erupted moments after that incident. Guests were seen swarming the scene of where it all happened. And we spoke to Hope Roth, who is a vice president of marketing for the zoo, and she tells us the zoo safety director was nearby and immediately attended to the injured guests. The zoo security and EMT teams also arrived, along with San Antonio's Park Police and other first responders. The zoo plans to work with external and internal teams during that investigation. And again, 6 out of those 7 guests who were injured were just released from the hospital. Now, a woman arrested for retaliation during last month's deadly dog attack is now out of jail, according to the Bexar County court records. Destiny Marie Cardona was released on March 10th after she paid her $25,000 bond. According to police, Cardona went to her sister's home on March 3rd and recognized a neighbor who spoke to a TV station about the attack. Police say Cardona yelled at the witness following the attack, and threatened to kill the witness and their family member. Cardona is the sister of one of the dog's owners, Abilene Schneider. All right, now to a Texas relief program that is closing its online portal after being swarmed with recent requests on just 24 hours after the launch. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs states that the program has $98 million available to help those in need for rent and bills. But based on the number of people who applied, it looks like they'll exceed the amount of money they have available. Now, if you're watching this newscast right now, the deadline is in a couple of minutes, so specifically 11:59. We still have some time, but hopefully you've uploaded all of the documents and saved your application. If you qualify, you could earn up to 18 months of rent help for either current or past due bills. So that obviously been very helpful, but it has been a very busy morning out on the roadways. And Mia Montgomery, I know that you and the weather team have had your hands full over the last few days or so, but today, very busy.
Yes, and really that's just going to signal additional changes that move in tonight and even more so into the upcoming weekend. We've got a strong cold front that's going to move in overnight tonight. Not only is that going to spark a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms generally before sunrise tomorrow morning, but that's also going to filter in much colder air to wrap up the week and also kick on a very gusty north wind by tomorrow morning as well. But first, let's take a look at the remainder of the day today, because if you stepped outside this morning, it's been humid, a little soggy in spots. We've had some patchy drizzle, some light showers push across the San Antonio area, and the cloud cover. I do think that's going to break up a bit though into this afternoon. More peaks of sunshine helping those temperatures climb to about 80 degrees here in town. Also will be a bit breezy with some gusts upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour, but that's nothing compared to the gusty winds that we're going to find after the front moves through overnight. 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts possible first thing tomorrow morning. Let's time out that strong storm chance though, especially before sunrise tomorrow. Again, by about 3 p.m. you can see some of that cloud cover is breaking up in and around San Antonio. Some lingering showers possible in our eastern counties. Watch what happens by about 10 to 11 p.m. though. We start to see that boundary move into the hill country. A few showers to a couple of rumbles of thunder possible there. That front right now is currently expected to move through San Antonio in between the midnight to 2 a.m. time frame. Some of us will likely be woken up to some noisy storms through the overnight overnight. This is 3 a.m. You can see we've got that activity across portions of south central Texas. It is very much a possibility that we find some severe thunderstorm warnings be issued before sunrise. Biggest things we will need to monitor in some stronger storms, some damaging wind gusts, and some isolated instances of hail. This is 5 a.m. still dealing with some of those strong storms in and around the San Antonio area. By morning drive time, probably a good idea to take the rain gear with you because some lingering showers, a couple of thunderstorms certainly possible. And throughout the remainder of the morning, though, we'll start to see that taper off and those rain chances come down. Again, it will be plenty windy tomorrow morning, 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. Wind advisory has been issued for a good portion of our area, so trash cans, make sure they are closer to the house. Tie down those empty lawn or those loose lawn items that you may have out and about. And with that wind, of course, it's going to make it feel even colder. These are your feels like temperatures, not air temperatures. Wind chill values in the 30s, upper 20s possible first thing tomorrow morning. So it really is going to be a shock to the system. You're definitely going to want to bundle up, bust out those winter coats. You can see that chill is going to stick with us. And we do have additional chances for some rain Saturday morning. I do briefly want to show you this because this is the latest data that we've gotten in here to the Weather Center. You see this purple color right here by Saturday morning across portions of the hill country, maybe even stretching down into northern Bexar County by wake up time Saturday. It is possible that we find some snowflakes try to mix in with some of that cold rain. Again, better chances of finding that the farther northwest that you go. It's not going to be for everybody. As of right now, it's not looking like we're going to find travel impacts from that, but if that verifies, maybe some minor accumulations on elevated and grassy surfaces. We're going to need to watch where the data takes us over the next 24 to 36 hours in regards to Saturday morning. Again, as of right now, no major travel issues or anything expected. But yes, jacket weather, Stephen. It is going to be cold this weekend, waking up to the 30s and 40s, upper 40s, low 50s for those daytime highs. And then into next week, that's when we'll start to warm things back up.
Well, a few things to make note of. Obviously, we have not had rain in some time. So anytime the rain does come in, it does wash away a lot of the dirt and the oil on the roadways, which could make it very slippery for drivers. So use some caution tomorrow and anytime we do have any showers in the forecast. Second, you want to make sure you have your KSAT weather app handy for any notifications. And make sure those notifications are turned on.
Yes.
And lastly, my turtleneck is ready for tomorrow morning.
Turtleneck is ready to go. Of course,
I'm ready to go. Well, Mia, get this. Scientists actually discovered something new on Venus. It's volcanic activity. Now, NASA's, I hope I'm saying that right, is that Magellan?
Maybe Magellan?
Magellan. Okay, well, okay. The Magellan spacecraft captured images on the planet's surface back in the 90s, and scientists looking at old pictures found a volcanic vent. They say it changed shape and got bigger over 8 months, and it's the first geological evidence found of recent volcanic activity on the planet. Venus is referred to as the Earth's twin since it's our closest planetary neighbor. It is? I thought that was Mars. Is that Mars?
My very eager mother. So Venus is next to us on one side and Mars is next to us on the other side.
Okay.
So yeah, we're kind of sandwiched in between the two.
Did you ever watch the Magic School Bus?
Yes.
Okay, they did a whole...
Miss Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle, yeah, they took a whole trip to space.
They did.
And they talked
took
about
a lot
the
of trips there, yeah.
Yes, they did. That is one of my favorite episodes, but very interesting stuff happening out in space and with our forecast.
Very interesting indeed.
Well, Mia, thank you for joining me. RJ should be back tomorrow, but it's been a pleasure having you on this morning, and thanks for hanging out.
Likewise.
All right. Well, this has been a quick bite-sized newscast, and we will see you back here tomorrow at 11. Drive safe out there.